There is a man in the habit of hitting me on the head with an umbrella. It's exactly 5 years ago today that he's been hitting me on the head with his umbrella. At first, I couldn't stand it. Now I'm kind of used to it. The short story, There's a Man in the Habit of Hitting Me on the Head with an Umbrella, was written in 2001 by Fernando Sorrentino. It's a comical story of basically one man hitting another man in the head with his umbrella. I don't know his name. I know he's average in appearance, wears a gray suit, praying at the temples, and has a common face. I met him 5 years ago. One early morning, I was sitting on a tree-shaded bench in Palomero Park, reading the paper. Suddenly, I felt something touching my head. It was the very same man who now, as I'm writing, keeps whacking me, mechanically and impassively, with an umbrella. On that occasion, I turned around, filled with indignation. He just kept on hitting me. I asked if he was crazy. He didn't even seem to hear me. Then I threatened to call a policeman. Unperturbed, cool as a cucumber, he stuck with his task. And after a few moments of indecision, and seeing that he was not about to change his attitude, I stood up and I punched him in the nose. The man fell down and let out almost an inaudible moan. He immediately got back up to his feet, apparently with great effort, and without a word began hitting me on the head with his umbrella. His nose was bleeding, and at that very moment I felt sorry for him. I felt remorse for having hit him so hard. After all, the man wasn't exactly bugging me. He was merely tapping me lightly with his umbrella, not causing any pain at all. Of course, those taps were extremely bothersome. As we all know, when a fly lands on your forehead, you don't feel pain whatsoever. What you feel is annoyance. Well then, that umbrella was one huge fly that kept landing on my head, time and time, at regular intervals. Convinced that I was dealing with a madman, I tried to escape, but the man followed me, wordlessly, continuously hitting me. So I began to run, and at this juncture, I should point out that not many people can run as fast as I can. He took after me, vainly trying to land a blow. The man was huffing and puffing and gasping, so that I thought if I continued to force him to run at that speed, my tormentor would drop dead right then and there. That's why I slowed down to a walk. I looked at him. There was no trace of either gratitude nor reproach on his face. He merely kept hitting me on the head with the umbrella. I thought of showing up at the police station and saying, "Officer, this man is hitting me on the head with an umbrella." It would have been an unpresented case. The officer would have looked at me suspiciously, would have asked for my papers, and begun asking embarrassing questions. And he might have even ended up placing me under arrest. I thought it best to return home. I took the 67 bus. He, all the while, hitting me with his umbrella, got on behind me. I took the first seat. He took the one right beside me and held onto the railing with his left hand. With his right hand, he unrelentingly kept whacking me with that umbrella. At first, the passengers exchanged timid smiles. The driver began to observe us in the rearview mirror. Little by little, the bus turned into one great fit of laughter. An uproarious, interminable fit of laughter. I was burning with shame. My persecutor, impervious to laughter, continued to strike me. I got off. We got off at Pacifico Bridge. We walked along the Santa Fe Avenue. Everyone stupidly turned to stare at us. It occurred to me to say to them, "What are you looking at, you idiots?" Have you ever seen a man hit another man on the head with an umbrella? But it also occurred to me that they probably never had seen such a spectacle. Then, 5 or 6 little boys began chasing after us, shouting like maniacs. But I had a plan. Once I reached my house, I tried to slam the door in his face. That didn't happen. He must have read my mind, because he firmly seized the doorknob and pushed it in with me. From that time on, he has continuously hit me in the head with his umbrella. As far as I can tell, he has neither slept nor eaten anything. His sole activity consists of hitting me. He is with me in everything I do, even in my most intimate activities. I remember that at first, when the blows kept me awake all night. Now, I think it would be impossible for me to sleep without him. Still in all, our relationships have not always been good. I've asked him on many occasions, and in all possible tones, to explain to me his behavior. To no avail, he has wordlessly continued to hit me on the head with his umbrella. Many times I have let him have it, with punches, kicks, and even, God forgive me, umbrella blows. He would meekly accept the blows, but accept them as though they were part of his job. And this is precisely the weirdest aspect of his personality. That unshakable faith in his work, coupled with complete lack of animosity. In short, that conviction that he was carrying out on some secret mission that responded to a higher authority. Despite his lack of psychological needs, I know that when I hit him, he feels pain. I know he is weak, and I know that he is mortal. I know that I could get rid of him with just a single bullet. But what I don't know is that if it would be better for that bullet to kill him or to kill me. Neither do I know if, when the two of us are dead, he might not continuously hit me on the head with his umbrella. And in any event, this reasoning is pointless. I recognize that I would never dare to kill him nor me. On the other hand, I've recently come to the realization that I couldn't live without those blows. Now, more and more frequently, a certain foreboding overcomes me. A new anxiety is eating at my soul. Anxiety stemming from the thought that this man, perhaps when I need it the most, will depart, and I will no longer feel those umbrella taps that help me sleep so soundly.